and welcome to Verve Podcast for You. I am your host, Cheryl Smith, CEO of Confident Living Solutions, where we help unlock your confidence, your creativity, and your joy. We know that words bring life and or death. We know that words have power. So what we want to do is take those words that we sometimes use negatively and transform them into words that bring life, into words that uplift, inspire, and expand. So tune in to the Live Show podcast. Details are below. Again, I am your host, Cheryl Smith, Confident Living Solutions, where we unlock your confidence, your creativity, and your joy. Good evening, and welcome to Verve Words Podcast for Youth. Verve Words, words that bring life and enthusiasm and energy. I am your host, Cheryl Smith. Thank you for joining us. Today we have with us as our co-host, Attorney Lizandra Randolph. Attorney Lizandra Randolph is the proud owner of Kalan Charisma Hair and Beauty Supply and Salon and Suite. Thank you for joining us, Lizandra. And I must say, I am proud to say that she is my daughter. Also, we have us as our guest, we have Marissa Thomas. Marissa is an incoming freshman in Maryville High School who enjoys volleyball and reading. Hey, Marissa. And we have with us as our other guest, Nevaeh Williams, who is also an incoming freshman at Maryville High School, who enjoys watching movies and designing. We'll have to get you to design something for us. So thank you all for joining us as we start with our Verve words for this session is challenges. Challenges. We will share our perspectives on challenges for today. And we know challenges, they are a part of everyday life's journey. We can't get around them. Life is an uncertain roller coaster ride, and we have to decide whether we're going to take the ride or rebel against it because we know that challenges face us every single day. But challenges can provide an opportunity for us to grow and learn if we decide to handle them in the right way. So I'm going to start off. I'm going to ask Marissa, and you all ladies just jump in. Feel free to jump in at any time. What do you think about challenges? What do you think challenges are? What do they mean to you?
I think a challenge is an obstacle in a current task or current thing that I'm doing that may stop me from achieving my goal.
Yeah, and that's what challenges are. What about you, Nevaeh?
I also think is challenges like are obstacles in our life, but it's gonna be like maybe sometimes it's gonna be a hard part in our life, but it's gonna like take us down or put us down. But we can always overcome the challenge, or it can be, a challenge could also be a good thing in our lives.
Exactly. It depends on how we perceive it. Challenges come to make us strong and help us grow, and it could be our success or our failure, depending on how, like I said, how we perceive it, how we approach the challenges. So let me ask a question. So, ladies, and the I'll start with you. Are there any specific challenges that you face in school that appears to be kind of tough for you to deal with?
Yes, when testing comes and I don't know a question and like it's gonna be hard for me. So I just try my hardest to find a way or ask questions to get the question or try to get the question right.
Right. Yeah, because school can be tough.
Hmm.
School can be challenging, and
Yes.
especially when testing time. I've seen some students. I've seen some of you going through the process during testing time, and my nerves are wrecked for you because that can be quite challenging. What about you, Marissa?
When you're unmotivated and a teacher assigns assignments, getting those turned in on time, especially when you're feeling down, being lazy, you're just unmotivated to do stuff. It's really an obstacle and a challenge sometimes to turn in work on time when you're feeling that way.
So how do you overcome that feeling? Because you have to get the work done, you have to turn the assignment in. How do you overcome that?
I just get up and do it because when I do it, I know it's going to be good consequences and I don't have to worry about my decision being bad in the future. Just get it out the way so I won't be
Exactly.
stressed out later.
Yeah, because we all have those lazy days. But like to just getting it done. Attorney Randolph, I know you know about those days of going through law school and all of that, with dealing with those challenges right there within itself.
Absolutely. And, challenges definitely push you out of your comfort zone, right?
Exactly.
We want to feel comfortable. We want to feel like we know what we're doing. And a lot of times we have challenges we just don't know. So it pushes us out of our comfort zone. It tests your faith. It tests your character. It tests your abilities. I mean, it's one big test, as they say in school, but I have a life test. It's one big test for me. But I mean, you both are definitely correct about perception. It's about it's your perspective on it. If you perceive a challenge as being something that will learn and grow, then you will overcome that challenge. But if you perceive it as something that is negative, then that challenge will definitely overtake you. And that's when you start feeling overwhelmed. That's when you start feeling like you want to give up. And so we have to make sure we have our perspective in the right order.
And that's true. Challenges can be frightening, okay, because of the fear of the unknown, as Attorney Randolph said, coming out of our comfort zone. The fear of the unknown is frightening, and that becomes a challenge within itself. So, how do we overcome that fear? You know, of being frightened. Marissa, how do we overcome that fear? How would you overcome it?
I will overcome that fear by asking God about it, asking Him, hey, can you give me some encouragement? Can you help me not be afraid of what I'm going through? Stuff like that. I have to face
Exactly.
my fears eventually. I think I should ask Him
Yeah.
for extra
And
strength.
that's the key. That's the key right there. That is the key of asking God, because He is the one um, who can direct you and lead you. You know, and it's okay to ask other people as well, but people um, that you trust and people that you know that's going to steer you in the right direction. What about you, Nevaeh?
Also, would pray to God about my fears, and also would ask my grandma how to not be scared of the challenges that I will face in my life, or people that I know that I feel comfortable talking to.
There's nothing like a grandma, right?
Hmm.
That can give us that good old fashioned sound advice, because we know that grandma is not going to tell us anything wrong. We know that she's not going to lead us in any wrong direction. So there's nothing like grandma's love, especially when we're facing difficulties and challenges in our lives, because they can be overwhelming. They can be, but we have to learn to stay the course. You know, when things go wrong, and things will go wrong, um, and times will become difficult and hard because of the challenges. We just have to learn to stay the course. Um, so I know you all have future goals. So what in are you facing any challenges trying? Okay, so you're entering high school. Um, do you have any fears of entering high school, dealing with challenges you think you may face going to the ninth grade?
Yes, we both scared to go to high school and stuff, but meeting new people and being around like bigger crowds and older students and new teachers and stuff, it is a challenge for both of us.
Yeah, that's change. And change, anytime there's a change, that's a challenge.
Hmm.
That's a challenge. Change is something new. Sometimes we expect it, sometimes we don't, but it becomes a challenge. It puts us out of our comfort zone. So you guys are getting ready to go to high school. You're getting ready to meet new friends, new teachers, new assignments. Your whole world is kind of like going to change. You know, your perspectives on things are going to change. Um, so you'll be facing new challenges, you know, on top of some of the challenges that you're already facing. You'll be facing new challenges, but you have to approach it in the right mindset. And I know you guys know about mindset, right?
Hmm.
Because I know you study about mindset. What can you tell me about a positive mindset, Marissa?
You're growing your mind if you say positive affirmations. You grow your mind where you're not being so negative on yourself. You're growing your mind when you learn, when you're invested in a certain thing, stuff like that.
Hmm. And with that type of mindset, what do you think, Attorney Randolph? With that type of mindset, you can overcome those challenges, correct?
You would definitely overcome it. I love everything that the girls are saying, especially starting off with prayer. I think prayer every morning to start your day is the key to overcoming challenges, because you know that in prayer, God gives you directions and instructions, and He's with you throughout the day. So, prayer is definitely number one on the list. Same thing with positive affirmations, even scripture. We talked about fear, and every time that I'm approached with a task that, or an obstacle, and I feel some type of fear, I always say God has not given me the spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. So I speak those Bible verses and positive affirmations, knowing that He will never leave me nor forsake me. And so I say this every single day, because I face challenges, whether it's in my firm, whether it's the beauty supply store, even whether it's church. I mean, we face obstacles every day, and I'm definitely a positive affirmations. And then, you know what? Put the work in. We often forget about work, right? And to overcome your challenges, you have to have all those things working together: prayer, positive perspective, and put the work in. Give yourself some grace. And then for me, after you do all that, vacation.
Vacation is always good.
That's what
And
I
you
do.
talking about putting the work in. It's a process.
Mm-hmm.
You know, things don't always happen overnight. What do you think, ladies? Things don't always happen overnight. Sometimes we have to go through the process. And that's part of putting the work in, is going through the process. So let's go beyond high school. I want to take you guys a little bit beyond high school. So now you finished high school. What are your plans as far as after high school? Do you feel as though that you're gonna and you will have some challenges that come your way uh, as far as your career goals? Do you see, what do you think your challenges are as far as that may be your career goal or your future further education goals?
Um, when I grow up, I really want to be a neurosurgeon or a plastic surgeon, and I feel like me being on a medical path at Maryville, it will help me out. But I feel like those challenges of me getting discouraged or me feeling unmotivated might ruin the process a little bit until I get back on track.
Yeah. And those things are called stumbling blocks, you know, which is a challenge. Those things are called stumbling blocks and or setbacks. And with those setbacks, that's just a delay in your journey. Okay. But it helps you with your learning experience. You know, so you'll have those kind of challenges, which are just minor setbacks, but you just got to keep pushing and keep going forward. What about you, Nevaeh? Any obstacles you see later on in your career path, your educational path?
Um, yes, I want to go to this college in New York, and that's gonna be a challenge to me to get to New York and just being in a big city and that and because I also want to be a fashion designer too. So just me putting out my business and get how I will put myself out there is a challenge too.
So, what are some things you think you can do to possibly overcome that challenge to get you to New York?
Um,
Any thoughts that you
Try to
think
talk
that
to
can
my
get any thoughts that you think that can get you through that to get you to New York to get you through those challenges? Other than studying
uh
hard and um, having a positive mindset, we know you got to have those things, right?
hmm
Correct? Can you hear me?
yes.
Can you hear me?
My thing kind of glitching.
Okay, it's glitching a little bit. Okay, sounds kind of
Yes.
like you're dragging. Okay, but yeah, you know that you're going to have challenges getting to New York, and then you may not. But if they come along, you have to accept the challenge and move forward. Correct? I think she's
Yes.
having technical difficulties. You have to accept the challenge and move forward. So, as I was saying, there are different type of challenges, and we talked about one, which is setbacks. We know that setbacks are a challenge, for us sometimes. And then there's loss. We all have losses. We all have lost something or someone. Okay. But what the losses do when we lose, which is a challenge for us, it helps us, it propels us to keep moving forward. You know, so loss is a challenge, but it helps us to propel and to keep moving forward. Okay. We also have failure. Have you ever experienced failure? I know I've experienced failure in my life numerous of times. Uh, and through experiencing it, sometimes you get depressed, you get downhearted, you don't know what to do, which way to go. And even though I prayed and fasted or whatever I needed to do to seek the Lord to overcome those failures, sometimes it can be discouraging. But what do you do when those failures comes as a challenge? You It gives you a chance to, for me, to review the decisions that I've made and to make some adjustments and some improvements when I failed at something, which becomes a challenge.
One
So
of
have
the things that I like that the young ladies have said is, their goals, going into the medical field and being a fashion designer, these different things, they are not shrinking from what may appear to be an obstacle, right? They're still focused, they're still keeping their minds on it. And I
right,
think that's what it really takes. They, even though you may know that there's some challenges, you're still saying, I'm going to press forward with my vision anyway, despite the fear, despite what challenges may come. And I think the greater the challenge, the greater the victory. They're not shrinking, they're thinking big. And I love that about you ladies, is that you're thinking big and you're saying, this is what I want to do. And you're not letting fear get in the way of that, because a lot of times it's in our minds, right? You haven't even, you're right now, you're a freshman going into your freshman year. You're not even to the point where you're in college yet. But the good thing is you're not allowing some made up situations in your mind to dictate what you want to do later. Because sometimes we're bad at that, right? We're bad at
exactly.
sometimes sabotaging ourselves when we haven't even started the process. We can't self-sabotage. We have to be able to think positively going in it, because if we think negatively beforehand, we're going to self-sabotage. So
Mhm.
I really applaud you ladies for having big dreams and never let anyone, including yourself, shrink your dreams.
Yeah. Because self-sabotaging can be one of the most awful and hurting things, you know. And don't allow others to come and um, deter you from your dreams and your goals of what you want to do. Don't let them bring any negative stuff to you. If it's not positive, you don't want to hear it. If it's not sending you in the right direction of where you need to go, you don't want to hear it, because Those are challenges that we face. We face challenges of sometimes listening to others, you know, and if it's not in our favor, it doesn't work. I heard, just heard from a sermon the other day was that everybody that is in our circle is not in our corner. And
Mm-hmm.
when I heard that, that resonated with me. So, as young ladies going into high school and facing challenges, you have to always take note of that. Everybody that's in your circle is not always in your corner. So you have to be mindful of if there's people that are bringing you down, people that are, like you say, helping you sabotage, your goals, or having a defeatist attitude about what you're dealing with, about your challenges. So we have to be very, very, very mindful of that, and just be persistent and keep going with that. Are you back with us in the bed? You can hear us pretty good now. I think she's still kind of. But yeah, so that's what we have to do. Any questions, ladies?
It's still kind of glitchy.
It's still kind of okay. So let me ask a question. What has been your other than some of the other challenges? Have there been any big major challenges that you might have faced, Marissa? So far, I don't. So far,
Really, I already stated that I want to go on the medical path, but I'm not too sure if I really want to do that. That's been a big journey, and not knowing if I'm going to come out high school successful, having doubts like that.
so that's your biggest challenge is not believing in yourself.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what we have to overcome. We have to overcome the fear of believing in yourself. We have to overcome that. And you said it earlier, just continue to speak positive affirmations, uh, seeking God, though, and prayer. Those are the things that's going to help you overcome that doubt within yourself. Because that doubt, as Attorney Randolph said, that doubt is a part of self-sabotaging. That's one of the tools of self-sabotaging is doubting and disbelieving in yourself. So once you get over that, like I said, keep doing your positive affirmations. I think we've kind of talked about that before. Do your positive affirmations every morning. Look in the mirror every morning and say to yourself that you can and that you will become the doctor that you want to be. Even though challenges will come, but just like they come, challenges will also go. Like I said, that's just a part of life's journey, you know.
And you know what else you can do to help overcome these challenges? You can make sure you write them down. Make sure you write down what you want to do, your goals, and look at them every day, because that will pour back into you. You look at them, you say them, and you write out affirmations, you write out scripture that will coincide with your fears or coincide with self doubt, right? That will help you overcome that. So write down your goals. And then as you write them down, then as you write out your plan, then you start to check them things off, right? Okay, first step, I know I need to do some research on medical schools. Second step, I know I need to, take these types of classes. Third step, I need a mentor. So you write down steps and goals, and then you tackle those things one by one so that you're not overwhelmed. I have to do that in my daily life. Whenever I have cases and things that I need to do, I have a to-do list, and I write down a to-do list, and I make sure that I put them in order of priority. What do I necessarily have to get done today? What can wait till tomorrow? And the top 3 or 4 things is on my list. As long as I get those things done, I feel accomplished, right? So sometimes we try to do too many things at one time. So my suggestion is to write down your goals, look at them every single day, say them every single day so that you also hear it from yourself. Surround yourself with people who will say it with you, right? Get you a partner, get you some accountability partners. Tell your accountability partners what your goals are and have them repeat those to you every week, every month, or however the schedule you all come up with, so that you're constantly hearing the same thing.
Yes, yes. That's some good, great sound advice. Great sound advice. As Attorney Randolph was saying, assess your challenges. Write them down. What do you think your challenges are, and bite them off bit by bit. Don't try to take it as a big chunk. You know, take little steps, bite it off bit by bit, and also know that you're not alone. As she was saying, get an accountability partner, talk to someone, get that support that you can go to and talk. Have you all ever tried to find someone that can support you, Marissa?
Yes, I have Nevaeh to support me,
You haven't been great. That's great.
and my
So I
parents, and
and your
my
parents. So you all support each other, which is great. That's that accountability partner Attorney Randolph was talking about. So when you're down, she lifts you up. When you feel like you're having negative thoughts coming through your mind, and I'm not saying that they won't come because that's just a part of life, but you have to defeat those negative thoughts with the positive affirmations and with that accountability partner, okay, that will tell you you can make it. You can keep going. You can, you're good, okay? And so know your plan. Know that you're not alone, okay? Continue to ask for that help. And it's okay to feel your feelings, okay? And the thing is, don't give up. Keep being persistent and overcome your challenges because they will come. It's just a part of everyday life. They are going to come and go. But you can overcome those challenges. Like I said, we face challenges even with our moral compasses, which means that we try to distinguish right or wrong every day. It's a daily challenge. Should I do this? Or should I do that? Or should I not do this? That's a challenge in itself. I know you guys get up. Should I wear my hair like this? Should I put this on? Those are minor, but those are challenges all the same. Okay, which are daily steps that we try to make decisions off of. Okay, and so just take your time and be proactive. Okay, and think about it. So I'm just going to say this that I want you all to know, to remember that challenges are opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Okay, keep and retain a positive mindset. Keep pushing forward and recognize that there's power within you to overcome those challenges. And all the advice that you got today, take that, glean from it, learn from it, and move forward. Okay? Thank you, ladies. Any closing remarks from anyone? Anybody have any closing remarks
thank you
they
for
would like
having
to
me.
share? Oh, you're more than welcome. I want you guys to come back. Are you guys willing to come back again?
Oh, I can.
Thank you. Nevaeh, any closing remarks?
Yes.
You got anything you want to say before we close
No.
out? Well, I thank you all, Marissa and Nevaeh. You guys are more than welcome to come back. Thank you, Attorney Randolph. We would love to have you back. Thank you to my listening audience for everything. And remember to tune in with us in 2 more weeks on a Thursday at the same time, which is August the 10th at 7 p.m. on the Live Show Podcast Network. Thank you again. Have a good evening.